Coming to you live from historic Crocker Field here in downtown Fitchburg, FATV presents coverage of the 2025 Patriots Girls Flag Football League Central West Division Championships. And today in this contest, we've got the semifinals for you. It's the number 1 seed Leominster 1 and the number 4 seed Fitchburg Red. Hello everyone, I'm Daniel Bolak. Happy to have you along with us here today. Very exciting contest here in the semifinals. The winner of this game will advance to the state tournament later this week at Alumni Stadium in Chestnut Hill, the home of the Boston College Eagles. A bit of a different venue from past years where it was Gillette Stadium, but still to play in a grand old stadium that holds 50,000 or so. Won't say no to that. This year, only 2 teams from the Central West region can go, as the explosive growth of girls flag football means that we've got 4 divisions across the state instead of just 2 this year. About 50 teams participating. And so Leominster and Fitchburg will do battle for the 3rd time this year. Leominster a perfect 17-0 this year. Fitchburg Red coming in with a 12-5 record. On first down, it's a throw to the left side. Caught by Jazzy Vasquez by the Blue Devils, a gain of a few. Leominster will be coming at us here in this first half of play. Fitchburg will be running away from us. Jaliciano, also known as Jali Santiago, is the quarterback for the Blue Devils. Mediciano is the name we'll be going with as she throws to the right side, finds Lexi Leiden. And another catch for the Blue Devils. They make their way to the hash marks, but they've got to get to midfield, and only one more play to do it before they're in trouble. And Leiden not able to corral that football. Pressure there. And not a whole lot that Leominster can do about that. A 3 and out. Down the field, we'll see what Fitchburg can do on their first possession. The Blue Devils have had one of the stoutest defenses in the league this season as Shamari Rodriguez makes the catch. Stumbles and falls to the ground as she runs into Kira Phillips. Solid gain on first down for the Red Raiders. 3 receivers to the right. Pena will go up the middle, throw off the fingertips of Maeve Palmer, and then off the fingertips of Phillips, and then to the ground. Leominster 1 only has given up 58 points all season long. That's the 2nd best defense. Wachusett 1 gave up just 55 this season. Pena under lots of pressure, gets the throw off, but with all that pressure, it falls short of Palmer. And it'll be a 3 and out for the Red Raiders on their first drive. These teams met for the first time on April 28th here in Fitchburg. That was a 34-13 win for Leominster. The other meeting was on June the 2nd, just last week. That was a 40-6 win in Leominster. Throw finds Leiden, and she stumbles, blows a tire, falls to the ground. Hits the sprint turf just short of the hashes. Of note, we mentioned 13 points scored by the Red Raiders in the first meeting between these 2 teams. That's the only time all season that Leominster has even conceded 2 scores in a game. That's how strong their defense is. Malia Reyes able to haul in that catch there under lots of pressure. Short completions thus far for the Blue Devils, methodically making their way upfield, but another third down they face. About 9 yards to gain. Ciano, pump fakes, throws, but all the pressure everywhere, can't get a clean pass away. 2 completions, an incompletion, and a punt. That's how the first drive went for Leominster. That's how this drive will go for Leominster. 4 minutes gone and no score. It's the third year that Leominster has been in this Girls Flag Football League, all 3 years that it's existed. State finalist last season, state champion the year before. Via Pena in the pocket, throws left side, it's going to be caught. Ellen Diaz. Both her flags yanked for good measure there. She cuts across the field. Diaz had the winning catch in the quarterfinal game. That was against Leominster 2. Pena trying to set everything up there. Catch is made, but I believe the 7 seconds expired before that. A quarterback only gets 7 seconds to throw the football. So although the catch is made, I believe that's going to go in the books as an auto incompletion instead. Leominster went full pass D on that one. The opening eventually came. Just took too long. Now they switched to the rush there. Shamara Rodriguez unable to handle that pass. But even if she had, it would have been well short of the line to gain. And Jazzy Vasquez was right there to yank her flag, so. Interestingly enough for the Raiders, the first 2 drives go exactly the same. A catch on first down and consecutive incompletions. If these teams keep repeating themselves, we're never going to get a winner, so obviously things will change in due time. Here's the third drive for Leominster in this contest. First down, Vasquez with the catch. Her second of the contest. Drives forward, gains about 5 yards on that one. Now, if the patterns continue here, Leominster's due for another completion. Line up all 3 receivers to the right. Vasquez does, in fact, make the catch. And the flag quickly pulled by Rodriguez. Now, of course, if the pattern continues, this third down will be an incompletion. Let's see what happens. 2 receivers to the right for Leominster, 1 on the left side boundary. Ciano throws. Hey, it's an incompletion. How about that? Thrown quickly and into the ground. But it looks like Leominster's going to break the pattern by choosing to go for it on 4th down instead. So this will be particularly interesting. Ciano throws right side, and that's an incompletion. Amilo Torres had the coverage there for the Red Raiders. So they couldn't find Malia Reyes. Raiders will have a short field to work with. I did mention that we were getting stuck in patterns, but I wasn't expecting to be broken quite like that. Via Pena. A throw, finds Shamari Rodriguez. But there's a lot of whistles everywhere on this. But the catch will be given. Rolling to the right is Pena, lofting it up back of the end zone. Bobbled and dropped. Diaz couldn't quite get that. Ellie Diaz in the back of the end zone, trying to haul that in. Oh, how much the Raiders would love it if they can get the first strike here against the team that has undeniably been the best in Central Mass. The throw there, just in and out of the arms of Rodriguez. It's going to be very close to see if she could have got into the end zone there. But the Raiders can't take advantage of the short field, and their pattern continues. Completion, incompletion, incompletion. And back to the Blue Devils it goes, halfway through this first half of play. The other semifinal to figure out the other team that will be going to Gillette is between Wachusett 1 and Ayer Shirley. Catch made, and great yardage picked up there by Frankie Tidmore. Senior with her first reception of the contest. Close to midfield, not quite past midfield. Definitely heard down there, no run, indicating they're inside 5 yards to the line to gain, which means they have to throw a pass here. Ciano slings it, and it can't be hauled in. It's Paula Sierra Sanchez that was there. Had a look at it. Couldn't quite grasp it. You have to imagine for Becky Curley's side that this has got to be 4-down territory for the Blue Devils. They went for 9 yards away and didn't convert earlier in this drive. There's a catch under a lot of pressure there. It was Paula Sierra Sanchez who made the catch. That looks like that'll do for a first down. Indeed it will. Ciano, throw over the middle, a spin move. Checking that ball there after making the catch, Belia Reyes. Second down to come for the Blue Devils. Elijah Martinez in the huddle there, assistant coach of the Blue Devils. Here's second down, Isiano scrambling to her right, gets the short pass to Sierra Sanchez. She makes the catch, but there's not much room to gain there. Third down now for the Blue Devils. Last shot to score on this drive. They're about 17, 18 yards away from goal. Ciano scrambling to her left, under pressure, lofts it up for the end zone. Just too far away. Zenalia Troche, who was looking for that ball, but it was out of even her reach. Raiders will get the ball back on their 5. First down for the Raiders. Shamari Rodriguez able to get that ball, roll it to the left side. Raiders have started each of their drives with a positive play on first down. It's going to be a run on second down. They'll break the cycle there as every other drive. It was an incompletion on second, but Ingracia able to spin up, get some yardage. Pretty close to the no-run boundary here. They're in that position that they have to pass it here on third down. Pass looking for Palmer. Can't haul it in. Raiders won't take any chances on this one. Coach Oquendo calls for the punt. They'll make the Blue Devils have to navigate the field again. Ciano telling her receivers on the left, wants them pull in a little bit. And that will be an incompletion on first down as Ciano, it's like there was a throwing motion there and the ball went in exactly a 90-degree angle out of her hand. Ball's slippery, what can you say? Pass heavy have Leominster been. 10 for 17 from my count. Get a reception there on second down. Tidmore with the catch. Third down. Deep ball downfield. Caught! And a touchdown! Talia Simmons able to haul that one in to open the scoring for the Blue Devils. Reception of the first half for Ciano. First reception for Simmons. And the conversion good as well. Reyes able to haul that one in. Seven 0 will be the score. Throw on first down, Rodriguez with the catch, gets positive yardage. Her fourth catch of this game. Here's second down. Off the chest of Palmer, and it ricocheted well out of her reach. Ball just a bit hot to handle. So we're late in this first half and a 7-0 lead for Leominster. Pena to the right, throws. Rodriguez juggling, makes the catch. But Elsa Reyes was able to close the gap quickly and pull the flag of Rodriguez. Just can't take the chance at this juncture. First down catch made by Tidmore. Leominster's been upping the pace here now as well. Fast tempo. Reyes with the catch now. Ciano's already thrown the ball 21 times in this first half. She's 14 for 21. 14 for 22 now. Couldn't find Paula Sierra Sanchez that time. Blue Devils will take a moment to think about it. It'll take even longer to think about it. I think there was a timeout there. So, a recap of this tournament thus far. We're into the last four. Leominster won and Fitchburg won, doing battle here. On the other field, Air Shirley and Wachusett won. The winner of those two games will go on to the semifinals. Will go on to the championship, the state quarterfinals. And of course, the winners of these two games will also play each other for the Central Western title. He'll run here on 4th down, putting on all the moves and getting the first down and still running. Talia Simmons with a great run. Although that does lead to gets the first down. The only question is there enough time for them to run another play, or was that the halftime whistle? We can now say with certainty that this was halftime. So a great run by Talia Simmons, but ultimately for naught. It was the last play of the half. It was either to the end zone or nothing. But the Raiders keeping it close here, just 7-0. These two teams played just 7 days ago when Leominster won that game by 34 points. The Blue Devils won the other meeting between these sides by 21 points. Here's first down. Palmer is able to gobble that one in. Off her hands, and she's able to complete the catch this time. Great athleticism there by Maeve Palmer. She's just an 8th grader as well. One of 2 middle schoolers on this Fitchburg 1 roster. Now Lau Torres is the other. Palmer gets her 2nd straight catch. Gets a few yards. She cuts upfield. Third down coming for the Raiders. Pena, back to Palmer. Her flag pulled pretty close to midfield. Think she got the first down. She did. Three straight catches for Maeve Palmer. And it's a first down for the Red Raiders. She'll get back in position. Raiders go bunch to the right. Coach Aquendo calling out the play. Throw over the middle. They go to Ingracia this time. But she's not able to keep a hold of the football. Falls incomplete. Chucks that ball right to the sideline. Says this ball's far too wet. Second down, Pena. Finds Palmer for the 4th time on this drive. Luciano will grab her flag. Marker just past the hash marks. Third and last shot for the Raiders to score on this particular drive. Need about 16 yards. Pena trying to buy all the time. In and out of the hands of Palmer, but even then, with Reyes lighting the pressure and 2 Blue Devils to back her up, was not going to go to plan either way. Blue Devils get the stop. When you look down Leominster's results this season, only 3 times have the Blue Devils been held to under 20 points. Both their meetings against Wachusett, where they scored 13 and 7, and then, interestingly enough, against Leominster 2, a 19-0 win. Yes, the 2 Leominsters do have to play each other at times. On first down, Leah Reyes has the ball, but ends up getting dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard. Malia Reyes was quarterback of the Leominster 2 side last season. And she's got the ability to take some snaps. Now under pressure, just gets the ball thrown away before Serena Vu can yank the flag off her. Blue Devils trying to change things up just a little bit here. Give Hisiano a little bit of a break. He's thrown the ball a lot already in this contest. Now the assistant coach Elijah Martinez in discussions with the officials. There's something going wrong there. I believe delay of game was called against Leominster. They were taking too long in the huddle, so that loses them third down because all offensive penalties result in a loss of down. So they won't even get the chance to try to convert. Obviously with no choice but to punt it away at that point. We've got 27 yards to go for a first down. Hard to really go for it on 4th and 27. Maeve Palmer makes the catch, makes some moves, dives forward. Didn't get her flag pulled on that one. Already her 5th catch of this half. A very solid gain for Palmer. About 7 yards to the line to gain. They go to Shamari Rodriguez that time. She'll have the first down. Also Reyes will pull her flag just past midfield. I already mentioned these two teams played just last week. And Leominster won by 34 points. The Raiders putting up a much greater fight this time. Lofted to the left side, and Gracia with the catch. The spin move, but a flag flies. Our officials will come together, discuss. Penalty is against Fitchburg. So that catch will not stand. The Raiders will lose 5 yards. Second down if I'm counting correctly. Rodriguez able to win the battle for the ball. Running across the hash marks. In between the hashes and numbers is where she's tackled. Solid gain there. Sixth catch of the contest for Shamari Rodriguez. And now third down for the Red Raiders, trying to get on the board. About 14 yards from goal. He lofted up to the end zone, a jump ball for it, tipped and incomplete. A whole mess of bodies there on the goal line. But it couldn't be hauled in. Leominster will have the ball back on their own 5-yard line with 10 minutes to go in this contest. The score still just 7-0 in favor of Leominster. In the 3 years this girls flag football program that the Patriots have put on, Leah Simmons with some great moves. Look at all the jukes she's got. All those moves. A solid gain on first down. So this is the third year of this program. The Blue Devils have only lost twice. Both of those losses coming to St. Mary's of Lynn Once in the regular season in the first year of this program, the second time in the state championship last season. So a catch and run there, Danny Gates making the catch. Seventh different receiver for the Blue Devils to make a catch in this contest. Here's third down. Ciano looking downfield, finds their target, finds a touchdown. Frankie Tidmore. The senior hauls it in and makes it 13-0. Dangerous side that can strike on any play. That's Leominster for you. He'll go for one. Reyes to the left side. Thought about throwing over there. Tipped up and will fall incomplete. $13-0 is the score. Raiders will have to find two scores now. They found a score in each of their first meetings. Well, two scores in the first meeting and one score in the second meeting. Bobbled up and caught by Shamari Rodriguez. Officials discussing the spot there. Where exactly should the ball be in all of that? Second down. Palmer's got the catch, able to corral the football. He'll be short of the line to gain, I think, but now third down. Palmer makes the catch, bobbled it a little bit, but she's got it and definitely passed the line this time. "15 pass completions for Bia Pena in this contest. She's looked pretty dialed in at quarterback in this game. Goes to the left, finds Ingracia. Ingracia making her way. Get her flag pulled. No, it wasn't. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Leilani Ingracia able to evade the Blue Devils and get her side on the board. Raiders will go for the one. That knocked down from behind. So just 13-6. But nevertheless, we mentioned the Raiders, they got on the board twice against Leominster the first time they played the Blue Devils. They got on the board once in the second meeting. And it's hard enough as it is to get on the board against Leominster to begin with. The Blue Devils, in 8 of their 16 games, shut out their opponents. But this one shall not end in a shutout. Ciano trying to go straight for the home run ball. Wanted to find Tidmore again. But Bia Pena on defense breaking that up. See, Leominster didn't want to mess around. They wanted to respond just like that. Here's second down. Play action, throw to the right side. That's incomplete as well. Ingracia breaking that up as they were looking for Danny Gates. The Raiders can get a stop here on third down. That'll make this game quite interesting. Unofficially, about 4 minutes to go in the contest. It's only a one-score lead for Leominster. To the left side, Gates ends up running out of bounds, I believe. And about 8 yards short of the line to gain. It's going to be a punt. Now the Raiders know if they can make their way down the field, if they can get a score here, they could perhaps tie this game or even take the lead. A quick throw to the left side, Wanted and Gracia cutting across. She isn't able to pull it in. I'm not sure how close Fitchburg has ever really come to beating Leominster in flag football. But they've had some great, but this has been one of the closest games they've had with the Blue Devils. As Maeve Palmer gets the completion there. Here's third down. They'll go for the short dump-off pass. Palmer makes the catch. There is a flag on the play. Saw a bit of frustration from Jay Colazzo. I'm wondering if maybe this penalty. The penalty, though, is against Fitchburg. I was wondering maybe for a moment if the penalty was against Leominster with Colazzo's reaction, but no, it was against Fitchburg, so. Loss of down meat and nullification of the play, and all of that means it's going to be way too much to ask for. They're just going to need a defensive stop and quickly. Then again, we saw what happened with Fitchburg Gray in this situation against Veritas, where it looked like all Veritas had to do was run a couple of plays, a couple of safe plays to get themselves across the finish line. And a pick six turned it all around. Throw on first down, a penalty. The penalty is against Leominster. Will back them up quite considerably. Coach Martinez noted that didn't look like half the distance, and it didn't. That's a bit closer there. Raiders will rush one here. Ciano gets the throw off quickly, and it's caught by Gates! And she's breaking away to seal a Leominster victory! The 7th grader, Danny Gates, gets the touchdown catch to make it a 19-6 game. That quick strike offense for Leominster. And you never know what receiver it'll be who comes up with the big play. The Blue Devils will decline the conversion. And that will bring us to the end of the game. Once again, the Leominster Blue Devils will be making their way to the state playoffs. They win 19-6 and punch their ticket in the Central Mass Final. One thing that comes to mind for this Raider team, and probably an instrumental reason for why Coach Anthony Aquendo was named the Coach of the Year in Central Mass, was to think, you know, these two teams, Leominster and Fitchburg, played each other on the Saturday before Thanksgiving in a flag football game as part of the Thanksgiving week festivities. And we saw those two teams play. We saw Leominster and Fitchburg play as the feature game, and we saw Leominster completely and thoroughly dominate Fitchburg. It was not close. But as the season has gone on, we've seen how much this Raider team has grown and how strong they've played to an 11-5 record. You know, after losing so many seniors last year, it looked like they were in for a rebuild, but they still showed themselves to be one of the 4 best teams in Central Mass. And you know, if it was the same number of teams going to the States as last year, Fitchburg would be going with them. But seeing how much this team has grown and improved, and seeing how in all of this, they were able to give Leominster a game. It was a 1-score game until effectively the last play, as Wachusett just scored a touchdown in their semifinal, which is still ongoing. We will await to see who will face Leominster in the championship game. But for this third game, we'll leave you here. The final score, Leominster 19 and Fitchburg 6. For Travis Falk on camera, I'm Daniel Polak saying thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you next time. Until then, so long from Fitchburg.